All right. Here we are, back at it again. Yeah, we're on YouTube this week, this Wednesday. Okay, everybody. Because we're going to talk about the mind games, okay, of a narcissist, because God is not the author of confusion. Remember that. God is not the author of confusion. So all of these mind games that narcissists like to play, it is primarily to induce that confusion, that heavy cloud of cognitive dissonance. Okay, yeah, that's what cognitive dissonance is, just a fancy term for confusion, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and let those notifications go out while we have this discussion. And I want y'all to share, okay, some additional mind games in the comments. Even if you catch it on the replay, I want you to share some additional mind games so that we can learn from each other, because let's face it, many of us can tell you we can relate, because of the simple fact that the devil has nothing new under the sun. So these narcissists, the evildoers, are only going to use the same mind games over and over and over again because they used to work in the past. So when they stop working on us, okay, chosen ones, they stop working on us, but they don't want to accept that. So they're going to continue to try. And so as they continue to try doing that, they just make themselves more obvious. It is what it is. So while the notifications are going out, Wednesday is the toss-up. Okay, you all, Wednesday is the toss-up between YouTube with the Let's Just Chat right here or live on IG. It depends, okay? It depends on the message, and it depends on whatever else it is we got going. So let me go ahead and do our usual sound check. Okay, there you go. So let me go ahead and... Okay. All right. And again, a big thank you, patience, because I'm getting used to looking at this camera, okay, instead of the stream, because you would look inside of that to see the clock and all of that. All right. So mind games, you all, mind games. Hello, everybody. Hi, Chris. Hi, everybody. If y'all don't mind, drop it in the chat, and then on the replay, drop it in the comments below. Okay. That let us know how you're doing. Okay. Let us know how you're doing, because it's very important for us to check up on each other. Remember, God takes care of us, and so we take care of each other. Chosen one, take care of each other. Okay, because let's face it, the narcissist out here is just that narcissism side of marketing. I tell you, it gets more obvious all the time. It gets more obvious, and so mind games of a narcissist are equals mind game. Yeah, the mind games of the devil. That's right. Because never forget that the devil is always trying to get people to live in fear, because he knows that you're going to attract the things that you fear. And that was just my ice cube breaking apart. Whenever you hear something like that. So we got the ice water going on. All right, everybody. And so it is very important to remember that, okay, that it is the fear that is the foundation for all that abuse. I got videos on this channel all about that, okay, because the enemy needs to have people living in fear so that they are easier to control and manipulate, aka abuse, right? And then play head games. So, and I know, I see it. A lot of the head games that they play, though, too, it includes idolatry, putting people up on a pedestal. Yeah. So we're gonna dive into. I have about 4, I guess you could say, bullet points that I could think of right offhand as far as their mind games. But I'm sure we'll come up with some additional one going forward. But let's get the formalities out of the way, shall we? I am Michelle Dickey, your host for CHA Let's Just Chat show streaming on the YouTube channel Narcissism and Cognitive Dissonance, where trauma healing and spiritual growth are front and center while combating radio frequency for healthier living. That's it right there. Never forget that the radio frequency used out here is for mind control. Yes. And it got control of the mind of these narcissists. And each frequency will activate a particular behavior. That's right. Yeah. So you pay attention to that. There are certain behaviors associated with certain frequency. And so they're programmed, obviously, to dish out that abuse. Okay, to everyone else, to each other, and to anybody who will tolerate it. And so we want to go ahead and let y'all know, in the description below, you'll find the direct link to see what days and times are available for our 30-minute virtual or by phone individual consulting session. We have updated the days and time, and now offering for your first 30-minute virtual or by phone consulting and coaching session. Yes, with yours truly, all right, to help you start that journey to overcome whatever it is you need to overcome. All right, and also to unpack that bag, whatever it is you need consulting and coaching for, all right, with trauma healing and spiritual growth while combating radio frequency for healthier living. Okay, so you can get your 15% off, okay, the first session, 30-minute session that you book, you'll get 15% off using BTBW50 is the promo code, but the direct link to take you right there is in the description below as well. What you'll find is when you land there, you'll see like a schedule or booking button. And so when you press on it, a calendar pops up. And inside that calendar, you will see the days and times lit up that are still available. Okay, so let's say today is Wednesday, right? Okay, well, on Wednesday, Wednesday, I would have one from 10:30 to 11. That's not going to be available anymore. 11:15 to 11:45 a.m. That's not, and these are Eastern time. So, and then a 3:45 to 4:15 p.m. Okay, now you would not be able to book that one now at 3:33 p.m. because to book consulting session with me at Consulting for Heightened Awareness, you have a 3-hour window. So if you wanted to book the 3:45 slot, right, for same day booking, okay, you have a 3-hour window for same day booking. If you wanted the 3:45 slot, then that means you would need to have it booked before, or at least by 12:44 p.m. Eastern time. Now, the time zone thingy, okay? Listen, if you are in a different time zone, and let's say you are 12 hours or so ahead of me, we will work that out via email, okay? And you'll keep your slot, but we will work it out, okay? Because I have some time in the morning. I have some wiggle room. That's why I leave wiggle room for you all in other places like Australia and the UK and beyond, okay? All right, I do that because I know it works. We've done it before with several of you all who happen to be 14 hours ahead. And so, yeah, it works out great. Okay, it really does. You keep that slot, because you got to. That's the boundary. All individual sessions, group sessions have to be booked through the website. I'm not doing any more workaround. I learned my lesson with that, okay, with the Jezebel case study. That's right. She wants special treatment. So anybody say, "Oh, can we have a quick session and I just pay you via PayPal?" No, you're gonna book it through the website. That's it. Bottom line. Yep, because I do that too. Before I realize, hold on a second, I see what they're doing, because they don't want to drive conversion rate Yeah, they don't want to drive traffic to my website, you see. You can consider that a mind game of the narcissist because, well, that's what they were. That's what they are. And so, yeah, I only did it for one other person one time who asked because I had available time on the website. Yeah. And apparently it didn't meet their expectation or it wasn't convenient for them. But no, they didn't want to book through the website because A, they're a narc. B, they didn't want to drive sales up for the website because the one that did that, he's a business owner himself. He's a narc who's in competition with everybody else when we're not in competition with them. So there you go. All right, you all. I'm adamant about that. I'm not going to do. No, that's yeah, that's the special treatment that only a narc would want. Is special treatment. Okay, so that was a boundary I had to learn how to set. And so I'm not going to conduct consulting sessions. Now, mind you, I have had them on Instagram. They asked me a question, and so we were talking by phone, and it turned into a short session, and I noticed that. And she was like, oh, okay. She's like, what is your PayPal? I'm going to send you something. That has happened, and that's fine. Okay, because it wasn't supposed to be a session, but it turned into a mini one. And they held up to their word. So, because they were wanting to know if her husband was a narcissist, and I was able to tell her no, he's not. It's just they have growing pain as a married couple that have to be overcome. That's all it was. And he even admitted that he needed to get better at his communication with her and all that. So it was really very enlightening. And so I can do that. Okay, so just note all individual sessions are for any combination of up to 2 people. Okay, so yeah, couples. Because I can tell you whether or not your spouse is or isn't a narc if you're wondering. I can put your mind at ease. Because not all of them are. Okay? And so, yeah. So we can do a consulting and coaching 30-minute session. Get you 15% off your first one. Listed below. All right? Okay, there you go. And the mind games of a narc, though. See, the list is... I don't want to say it long because it's a cycle, just like everything else, the abuse and traumatization itself, it's a cycle. So it's just relatively predictable. So for example, one of the most common ones that they all do is they will ask questions they already know the answers to. That's right. That's a mind game. And we start to pick up on that. Absolutely. Okay. Thank you for letting me know how you are. Okay. Okay. All right. Sympathies for the stressful day at work. Okay. Dealing with the narc and customer service. Yeah, I know. I hear you. Oh, boy. Well, it is. You are talking to children. Remember, you are talking to toddlers in adult bodies when dealing with narcs. Even though, right, selfish and entitled and impossible to deal with. Almost impossible. But no, you can deal with them. And I know that in that industry, whoever it is we're working for in that field, they have rules and policies. And so I know we're obligated to, protocols, and that's all we can do. And it's a lot of those protocols that breeds these narcs out here, giving them everything they want when they want it. Think about it. Like I said, it's a very, very narcissistic society out there. Absolutely. Yeah, think I could use stress management. Okay. Okay, thank you for letting me know that the daylight saving has finally now caught up with you. Okay, so all right, so we're back to 5 hours difference. Okay, thank you. So 2 p.m. is now back to being 7 p.m. your time. Well, make sure I'm understanding this right, Chris. Okay, yeah, I know you'll let me know. Yeah, yeah, right. For the podcast, absolutely. Yes, thank you for letting me know that. But yeah, mind games. Yeah, they definitely will always ask questions they already know the answer to. It kind of ties in with another point that I have written down here on my notes about playing dumb. They do that in a number of ways. You know, they try to act like they don't know something. You know, they're trying to act like they don't know what we know they know. Because we've seen them do it, right? Yeah, we've seen them do what they're claiming they don't know how to do. Talk about major mind game right there. Absolutely. And we've seen them do that. And many of us who have been in customer service, Chris, we can relate. Okay, we can relate because it can be very stressful. And again, mental reminders. Okay, mental reminders for just knowing what you're dealing with, right? Yeah, it can slip from time to time. Okay, because they are very, very bratty, like out there, demanding. Yeah, demanding to get whatever it is they think they're entitled to because the world continues to coddle them and tell them that they are entitled to it. And, you know, the old slogan that we were taught growing up that, oh, the customer's always right. No, they're not. However, because of the game of narcissism out there, a lot of places basically force us to abide by that, right? They call that where it gets to a whole nother level of people pleasing, you see? And so that's why. Okay, thank you for the confirmation. 2 p.m. Eastern time is okay. But yeah, it is like customer service is geared toward, that's a good point. Okay, indulging the narcs rather than dealing with them as responsible adults or reminding them that they are responsible for their affairs. You could try to tell them that. They'll be in denial. They'll be sitting there like, no, I'm not. You know, and they'll turn around and blame shit. They'll start pointing the finger, yeah, at the customer service representative or the company for that matter. And you know what? These narcs out here have a lot of companies walking on eggshells because, yeah, out of fear of getting a bad review. Yeah, because narcs aren't going, it's usually, let me tell y'all something. I think the feedback system that we got out here, reviews are good for trust building, yes. So thank you to all, okay, to leave Consulting for Heightened Awareness a review. That direct link is listed below in the description. So I highly encourage y'all, please, if you haven't done so already, we would greatly appreciate some trust building reviews. We don't rely on them, we're not dependent on them, but it would be nice to see some more reviews coming in. Kind of like survivor testimony, you know, because we know that y'all are out here being motivated, being inspired, because you now know you're no longer alone. You've got a growing community of spiritual warriors for Christ that you can join and you can be who you are. You got a voice now. Yeah. So we talk about these things like mind games of a narcissist because this is what they do, you know, aside from being the bratty, spoiled whatevers that they are when they're doing business, okay, when they are the customer and we're the ones responsible for providing the service. Yeah, it is a challenge, but it is also one that, yeah, can be overcome. Remember the How to Deal with Toxic Coworkers course? Okay, I want, and Chris, I know you've still got the notes, and I believe you still have access to that course. I highly encourage you to get back in there, refresh your memory, and then if you, right, that's where you would want to book that 30 minutes if you need to, if you need help, or even in the academy, okay? If you need help modifying those steps for dealing with these NARC customers to help lower that stress, because those same 5 steps can be used, okay, when dealing with NARC customers. Absolutely. Remember, those 5 steps can be used, modified and tweaked, however, for dealing with these narcissists in any environment. And that includes that one, where the narc happens to be the customer, you're the one giving the service, and they're being extremely difficult. That's another mind game, them being difficult like that, because they know they're doing that. Oh, yeah, because they could tell. Remember that spiritual energy? Yeah, they could sense if it's starting to annoy you or if it's starting to stress you out, because it's going to show in the voice. It takes practice on how not to let that show. Because basically, well, yeah, when you are able to maintain your emotional regulation more frequently, it'll come natural, because you'll see that's what they're doing, is they're just trying to be difficult. By them trying to be difficult or being difficult, they're playing head games. Remember, that's all the devil has, is head games. That's it. Okay? And it's nothing new under the sun. And I know that, right, it's tricky too, because they can give you that, try and intimidate you and give you that threat of going to your boss, what have you. I know, we've all heard that. Oh, yeah. So we get it. But I do want y'all to remember that. Okay, so when you take How to Deal with Toxic Coworkers, take a look at those notes again, and they can be modified for dealing with these NARC customers. Yeah, pulling your chain and driving you nuts. Yeah, I know. Right, and then they refuse to do what you were asking them to do. Absolutely. Okay, good. Right, there you go. With the PDF notes, I would take a look at those. Absolutely. Yeah, Google limits the amount of reviews an individual can leave. Well, what does the fallen world do, right? Yeah, the fallen world tricks a lot of people into putting limitations on God. So, of course, it's going to put limitations on how many reviews, because, oh, heaven forbid, this business just suddenly boom and take off. It's their way of trying to control our finances. There, I said it. But the reality is they can't. And I know that many of you, well, I know one of you has let me know that trying to leave a book review or an author review on our Amazon author page, I don't know if you've tried again, but if it gives you any kind of hassle, because you can do that as well. On the My Social page of the website, you all listen. Got the Amazon author page, okay? If you go on the My Social page of the website, you'll see our Facebook. Facebook is being very manipulative, yes, because it's trying to instill fear in me that my shop is not available on Facebook because I won't enable Facebook Pay, because they can pay just fine on the website. Okay, so I see what's going on. Because, right, because they're going to take a fee, which is why I tell y'all, with these social media sites, we're on a lot of them. But I see what they're doing with the game of narcissism, trying to scare us. I'm not scared. They're just throwing a mini temper tantrum Right, disabling our shop, which I don't think was even up to start with, because I direct people to the website anyhow. But to enable the payment option on their networks so they can take a little chunk. Yeah, I just saw some people drop off for that, didn't I? But yeah, we don't play that game. I see the narcissism. I sure do. But I'm going to tell you, they still don't care what we do as long as it does put money in its pocket. That's the system of narcissism. Another mind game that they play. Well, see, that's a mind game that network is trying to play. Because people can buy things off the website with no problem. So why do I need to? That makes sense, does it? That's another mind game. But it's also another way that the enemy is just trying to get into our finances. Because I guarantee you that if I did enable it, they're not going to give us any special treatment over it. Chosen ones, we don't go looking for special treatment anyway. We're doing what God called us to do. And we're paying attention. We're going to use these platforms for business purposes only. Not to join, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. Because they're playing the game of narcissism, and we're not. I will tell y'all this too. Another mind game, okay, is these narcissists out here trying to act like they don't know how to do something by playing dumb, right? Well, they also request our help for something that they already know how to do, and we know they know how to do it because we've seen them do it. We just don't catch on to those things until God awakens us, you see. So, there you go. All right, and then, okay, here's another common one. And I got an example for this. Say you're on the phone with the narcissist, right? And you can hear the ocean in the background. And you know they don't live at the beach or a lake, whatever. And they're trying to tell you that they're just sitting at home chilling. No, they ain't. Because you can hear the ocean or the lake, whatever. You can hear the water. And the birds. But see, that's the thing. Narcissists don't think about stuff like that before they lie and try to play a head game. They don't think about stuff. They're not expecting us to pick up on that kind of stuff. You see, because before God awakened us, we probably wouldn't have. But see, when God awakens us, we start becoming more aware, getting that heightened awareness and paying attention to not only what's going on the world stage and then what these narcissists are up to, but also what these social media sites are trying to pull with the game of narcissism. Yeah. And the attention seeking. You have 1 new like and 4 new comments. Okay, I'll get to it when I get to it. Yeah, these social media sites are treating everybody that's on them like children. And so that's the other reason why narcissists continue to do that. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the other reason why. Because it's psychology 101. You continue to treat an adult like a child, that they're going to behave as such. Okay, that's psychology 101 right there. Because remember how it's programming. So you tell a person something about themselves, or you tell a person that they're this or not this or that or not that over and over and over and over. And so eventually, in due time, they start to believe it about themselves. Same thing with treatment, behavioral treatment. And so the society out here continues to coddle the narcissist. treats them like children. Yep. With all the head game and the manipulation. That's right. Or what you're asking them to do, right? Okay. Well, not the entire network being peevish, but it definitely thinks more highly of itself than it should. Because they feel like, well, if we're allowing you to even have a business profile, I would tell you something though. You got to remember something. That with every platform, you're going to have both sides of the coin. Law of polarity. So you're going to have the narcs that work there, and then you're also going to have non-narcs that work there for these companies. Okay? Seriously. You're going to have both. So when we say these things, we're just pointing out the patterns of narcissism that these social media sites are engaging in and that they are exhibiting, because it becomes quite obvious. And so what I've done, I mean, I'll go in and engage a little bit, but when I see it in my notification that, hey, a good one on Juarez, congratulations, your post got 2,140 views last week. Okay. That's treating us like children, trying to build us up. That's a love bomb. That's like a, yes, it is. That's a love bomb. That's trying to make you feel as though, make you feel as though that's a bigger deal than it really is. Okay. So that many people saw my post. Cool. Then, if I go over to the Facebook business page and I go into the notice there, I've noticed the change there. So for anybody who leaves a comment on a live stream that we do on Facebook, they will not show me, at least this is how I'm understanding it, I'm not able to see the comment or respond to it unless I sit there and watch my own live stream. Like, it's going to treat it like a live chat. Yeah, it won't let me do anything to engage. So if y'all are going to leave a comment or on the Facebook live stream, just know if I don't respond, that's why. I am not going to sit there and watch the whole episode of my own show, wasting God's time like that. I'm just not going to do it. Okay, we're just not going to do it. That's crazy. I don't know why. I think they're trying to be like the live chat here on YouTube. I don't know, because that's how it goes. When you catch these things on the replay, you will catch the live chat in real time. So as soon as the replay begins, you'll see where Chris says, hey all, right? At the exact time he did in the stream. And then the other comment will come in. So it'll be kind of like you are just watching the live again. So you're watching the chat come in on real time. I found that out. Okay, and so I think that's what Facebook's trying to do is emulate that. But that by doing that, though, they're taking away our ability to engage on a comment. It just really doesn't make sense. So there's nothing I can do about it. I don't know if they're going to change that or what, but it is what it is. But I just thought that was really intriguing because I saw where one of our fellow warriors commented on the live stream there on Facebook. It was on a Motivational Monday or a Bible study. I forget which one now, but when I went to go see the comment and engage, I was informed that I'll see the comment at the time during the replay. I'm paraphrasing. During the replay at the time when they made the comment while watching. So I got to sit there. What if it's 30, 40 minutes in before they left the comment? So I got to sit there and watch my own. What? See, that I do rewatch something depending on what it is. God does lead me to something to remind me of things, and I don't necessarily have to sit through the whole thing. But now, like if I'm going to go make a clip, like a YouTube clip as a teaser, I'll figure it out. But I don't have to sit and watch. If it's an hour long, I don't have to watch the whole hour. I just pick the highlight. And so, yeah, I'm being the righteous are bold as a lion. So I am calling it out as it is. Because we're seeing that narcissism in action. And there's a lot of head games that are played by these social media gurus, if you will. Okay, the ones that, and because a lot of it is AI generated, artificial intelligence. Okay, it's AI generated. And y'all got to remember something else too. It's a world stage. And so it is full of narcs pretending to be. I came across something on TikTok where one of the CEOs of the social media site was actually a robot wearing a silicone mask. And when I say robot, I mean actual metal robot. But because of the silicone mask being in the shape of, or looking like the CEO of a social media site, it looks pretty real. I have to tell you that. It does. It looks very real. But they were telling us that discernment to know, because if it's moving very, very robotic-like, and it doesn't have natural facial expression or even micro expression, think about it. Because we do live in a time where there's a lot of that going on. So we got to watch out for those mind games, because we learn to not allow those mind games to confuse us. We can spot them and see them. Okay, they do it from the mobile app, but not from the PC. Okay, the watch a Facebook Live from the computer. Okay, that's a lot of times folks come in later on the comments. Yeah, I know. But see, it's also another trick to try and get, another trick, try and get us exposed to more frequency. You see, that's what God's revealing to me as to why they would do something like that. Because we know these platforms, want people to stay on the platforms, right? They want you to continue scrolling, right? Because the longer you scroll, the more you're exposed to that radio frequency, right? And so because we, here at Consulting for Heightened Awareness are combating that radio frequency for healthier living, we limit our time across all social. So I scroll. Like I spent 30 minutes this morning, and I did 2 posts over on the Facebook business page and the Spiritual Warriors for Christ group page, by the way. We do have that on Facebook, yes. We've got a Spiritual Warriors for Christ group page. And so you'll see our logo, the Consulting for Heightened Awareness, because there's other groups that are using the same group name, okay? So you'll see it's a picture of the blue sky, cloud, and then you'll see Spiritual Warriors for Christ, kind of like in a, okay, and then a curve. And then in this, underneath the circle with our logo, okay, breaking the trauma bond to the world logo, okay, you'll see that underneath. And that's Consulting for Heightened Awareness's Facebook group, okay, for Spiritual Warriors for Christ. And so I missed last week, and a lot of that was due to launching the Trauma Intensive Healing course. So thank you all again for your patience. Okay, so yeah, we learn, I do a little bit at a time. That's how we combat this radio frequency for healthier living, because we're not going to sit there and allow ourselves to, right, because I'm going to tell y'all something. Time goes by real quick if you just sit there scrolling the whole time. And not only that, that sucks your energy out. That's what they want to do. Okay. Overexposure to radio frequency will do that. It will drain your energy. And that is the trick of the devil. Wants to drain your energy. And so we know this now. So part of how we learn to preserve our energy is by putting the thing down every once in a while and do something else. Because we got tons to work on to keep us busy here for the kingdom of God. That's right. We've got tons to keep us busy. And I do appreciate y'all understanding that, the spiritual battle for the mind. So, of course, these narcissists are going to play head games. Now, do I think that? No, I don't think that. I don't think the CEO of these platforms is. I don't think they've got a whole lot to do with anything. I think it's artificial intelligence that is doing a lot of the things that are whatever. But I will tell you, my business suite with the Meta or whatever, the business suite, it is all over the place. It is not very well organized. No. And remember, we learned something too, that if it looks and way complicated, it's not from God. You see? And so that's why I had to get rid of I was checking into using Google Workspace, but that was way too, that was not from God. I said that the way that if I have to say anything, that Google Workspace, that's for those that have that kind of mind. And see, chosen ones, we have a simple mind, because God is a simple God. And this world loves to complicate things that are not complicated. And so, I got rid of it. We don't need it. That's the thing, is that we don't need that. And the other thing is, this world thinks that we got to sit there and be obsessed with analytics. No, because when we're fully trusting God 100%, and we know that God is going to deliver on his promises because he is the only promise keeper there is. And then, of course, we do. Okay, we set goals like promising something to ourselves, and we got to keep it because God is a promise keeper, right? Yeah. And so that's what we're doing here at Consulting for Heightened Awareness. We're not allowing these things to confuse us. We're not allowing the scare tactics. Your shop is no longer available on this particular platform, which I don't even think it ever was. But like I said, but it's available on the website. So there you go. And the website link is always listed below in the video description. And so, yes, we are still updating our YouTube channel. So I want to thank everybody for your patience on that. We are, some of January of 2022's videos have been updated now. So we are going to be doing that. Just try to get y'all the information that you need for healing. That's right. You got trauma healing and spiritual growth. That's what it's all about. And let's see. Right. How much I'm still involved in customer service at Consulting for Heightened Awareness. Yes, Chris, thank you. Because exactly, it's a service, right? I'm providing services, consulting and coaching services. So the Heavenly Father had me do a lot of updates with our individual, virtual, or by phone. By the way, pay attention to that. When you go to book, your first 30-minute individual consulting and coaching session, please note it is either virtual or by phone. Okay? All of our individual consulting sessions are virtual or by phone. You will have that question when you go to book your session. You will have that question to answer. And so now, when I said, would you like the session to be virtual or by phone? Question mark. And then if virtual, other than Zoom, what method would you prefer? And so we can communicate that via email. Because I'll do FaceTime from the business phone. Okay, we're going to do it that way. Google Meet is the number one go-to because it's really simple. But we can do it that way. We do FaceTime. Okay, FaceTime. If you've got an iPhone, okay, obviously. If you also have an iPhone, we can FaceTime the session. Let's see. And then I've also got a way that we can do it in our StreamYard software. Whereas we're not going to, no. Oh, by the way, this is another boundary and disclaimer. Because I learned, I don't know what the deal was, but I did find it to be a little strange. But we're not going to provide recording of these sessions with anybody because they are kept confidential for a reason, right? Yeah, they're confidential. They're between me and you and, God. Okay, they're between the God spirit on the inside. I know we're used to pointing upward, aren't we? Okay, that's what we got to unlearn because it's the God spirit on the inside, okay? So, it's between God and us. Okay, and so if you want to take notes, I highly encourage doing that. Yes, have a notebook and pad ready. Okay, but I'm not going to because I had somebody ask that and it sat weird on my spirit as to why, but it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. We're not going to do that, but we can use the software that I use for live stream. Okay, because Chris and I do the podcast together. That's what we use. Okay, and so he comes in. And he doesn't have to be virtual, but we can. It's audio. And so we're just chit-chatting prior to doing the podcast and a little after. So we can do that without recording anything because we're not going to do that. But we can hold a session that way. What that does is pretty similar to Google Meet, except we're side by side in that studio. Whereas Google Meet, it would be and FaceTime, y'all know what I'm talking about. So that's the only little difference there. Well, you're still going to be able to see and hear each other. Okay, but I have a few different ways where you can get a virtual if you would like. Now, if you want it by phone, obviously I'm going to call the phone number you provide. Okay, at the start of the session. The links for the virtual session will arrive via the email you provide during booking. Shortly before, usually within the 15-minute mark, okay, before the session. So I highly encourage everybody to keep that in mind. If you book a session, they're going to send you a reminder email 15 minutes prior, and then shortly thereafter, you're going to get a link from to join the session at the start time of the session, okay? That's how that works. Right, you don't want the recording being put on social media as some way to be tempted to do. Well, that's right. That's the other thing. Now, whether or not the person that requested it would do that or not, I leave it in God's hand because everything is kept confidential. Yeah, do I ever get mind games like providing a service, giving my time and expertise, and they ask for a refund after they have received the service? Well, if you look at my refund policy, they're not going to get one. That's why we have the refund policy set in place. If you cancel a session, and okay, let's just say if you cancel a session that we never, right, we didn't have the session because you canceled it, okay, 10 minutes before, all right, I think you have up to about 10 to 15 minutes before the session to cancel. If you cancel it, you'll get the refund because we didn't have the session. Now, if we hold the session, nobody's getting a refund after that. That's my time, my expertise. Well, that's God's time, first and foremost. So no, if we hold the session and then they want to try and ask for a refund after we've held the session, no. That is stated in our refund policy for a reason, that no refund will be given for sessions that are held. Exactly. I mean, really? Right. So, yeah. Yeah, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And so, yeah, it's a boundary. It's a boundary because we know how some may be. And then we also have our business liability insurance as well. Yes. There you go. That's why you see that on the website, that we are insured. Yeah. It's because of narcissists out here that we would have to have that. I mean, think about it. All businesses got to have some insurance because of the narcissist out here. It just is what it is. So I know that we were pretty stern here in this episode over a few things because social media platforms just continue. I don't know if they're getting more narcissistic, but I just think that they're, if it's too complicated and it's trying to instill fear or intimidation or think that I care about something that isn't going to negatively affect the ministry. But see, you got to remember that they will, because of the demon of assumption, they will assume that by telling me that somehow they're trying to punish me or trying to, it's just they're mad because, well, I don't think they really care, to be honest with you. I think it's a protocol because anybody who had a shop, so to speak, connected to the platform, and whatever, and I was trying to get it on TikTok, but TikTok did not accept my tax documents for the business. Okay, says that that's not eligible. I don't know what kind of proof they're looking for, but but my 1099, that's that wasn't acceptable. Okay, then never mind. I'll just keep doing. Keep doing what we're doing. Let God take care of it. Yeah, I was going to try to link it over there, but whatever. Yeah, I have noticed that's another mind game, you all. That's another mind game of the system of narcissism out here on the world stage. Okay, they're trying to act. There are moments where they try to act like they're giving small businesses special treatment when they're really not. Yeah, watch out for that. Anything that's trying to put us on a pedestal, you got to watch out for that because that's idolatry, and God says no to idolatry. So, yeah, we're not going to do that. Not supposed to do that. So, and look, y'all, I'm not bad-mouthing these social platforms. I'm just telling it like it is. That they're just, they want to induce all that confusion. Of course they do. But the main point is they just want to keep people on the platform so they can get more exposed to radio frequency. That's the bottom line. So, yep, categorical on the refund policy. Absolutely. Gotta be that way. But I'm not bad-mouthing them. And to be honest with you, they don't care. Again, as long as whatever it is we're doing is putting money in their pocket. And believe it or not, world, even if they're not even if people are not able to buy one of our products directly off of Facebook, and they take a fee, because that's what they want, they want to take a fee from that. But even if we're not doing that, Facebook is still making money off of consulting for heightened awareness, because, right, we understand that money circulates, right? Absolutely. It circulates. And so, yeah, so even though y'all enroll in one of our courses, the technocracy industry is making money. So that means that Facebook is making money off of that too. So they don't care what we do as long as it puts a little money in their pocket. That's right. That's why they charge them $15 for a blue verification badge. Yeah, I did that for a little while, and then I realized, I don't need to be paying for that. I'd rather earn it. I think that would be better. And plus, I just don't have that kind of thing to do for them. No, not doing it. But see, they did that because they know a lot of people would be desperate for it. And here listen, in this growing community of spiritual warriors for Christ, we do not have the demon of desperation, because we know for a fact that indoctrination of impatience, all those mind games, no. Because we got to trust God 100%. We don't have that demon of desperation, but that's a lot of what these social media sites are operating based off of. The demon of assumption that we're feeling desperate for because they themselves are, or because the narcissist, they've got the demon of desperation because they want instant gratification. And I've done business with a couple other small business owners who felt the need to apologize for how long it was taking for the order to be made and all that. And I told them, I said, hey, it's okay. Because it's okay. All right, you'll get it done when you get it done, and I'll receive it when I receive it. Because we've already done business together. You've already got my trust. But I understand that because that's what we were taught. You know what I'm saying? In customer service, is that to apologize or whatever if it felt like we were taking too long on something. And we realized that no, it's okay, because in God's reality, we don't have to move that fast like that. We don't have to try and rush nothing. That's the point. We don't have to try to rush nothing. Yeah, the blue badge. Oh, yeah. Oh, look, there's a lot of people that are paying for that blue badge, y'all. I did it in the beginning there for a few months, I think, something like that. And then I realized, we're gonna earn it. We're gonna earn it. I'd rather do it that way. So, Yep, there is that option. All you got, as far as I know, I don't know if they've changed the rules on it or not, but yeah, there's a lot of people paying for that badge. But there's other ways to get it without paying for it. It's just going to take a little longer, and it's just going to be a matter of them approving the articles that you submit and things like that, your contributions to that industry, if you will. It's going to be a matter of their accepting that. That's all. I mean, it's simple, but it can take a little while, because it's just that they're part of the world of the journaling world, if you will. Yeah. It's part of the game on the world stage, all of that. So, yeah, everybody's always looking for a story. It is what it is. So, yeah. Yeah, it is per month per platform though, you see. Yeah, it's $15 for Facebook and $15 for Instagram. So if you do both, that's $30. Yeah. And that may not seem like a lot, but when you're trying to run your own business and now you got rent to pay, oh yeah, that matters. Right? That, yeah. When there's other ways to get that, yeah, and we don't have the demon of desperation. But they saw that would be very lucrative, and well, it is. Because they know a lot of people want that badge. But see, we're not living in fear. We're not living in fear because God qualifies us. God verifies us first. So we're already verified. Let that sink in. Yeah, God says, you're already verified. He said, you don't need no verification from the world like that. If we earn it, that's fine. But we got verification from God. And that triumphs any worldly verification. Because in a way, that's kind of a head game too when you think about it. But I understand the premise, because you do have people out here who are narcs who will do certain things, and a lot of people like they want to, right, imposters. Yeah, we know that they're out there, but I don't listen to the fear mongering behind that. I don't listen to that. Because those eventually get found out. You know what I'm saying? So I know I put the disclaimer out before, but like if you ever somebody commenting in some weird way of like praying all demonic forces leave, blah 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 blah, and then directing you to some, I don't know, whatever it is, spam thingy, and asks you to or gives you a WhatsApp number. I'm not on WhatsApp. All right, y'all. So for anybody who needs that, there you go. Don't fall for that. I don't use WhatsApp for anything. I'm not on that. I'm not going to. I don't need it. You see, that's the other thing we realize is that, yeah, and I don't use Facebook Messenger either because, oh man, when I first launched the business page over there, I had notifications on, and I was like, no, we're not playing. Oh gosh, wow. So I had to turn the notifications off. That's why I go in and check manually. Same thing with Quora. I had to shut it down. That was too much. And so I go in and manually check. Yep. 15 per platform. But, you know, it is what it is. It's their prerogative. You know, we charge what we charge for what we offer, and they charge what they charge for what they offer. It's just a matter of whether or not there's another way to go about that. And so I know that, we will always find ways around the resistance with God and God's reality. So again, for anybody who catches this on the replay, just make note, I am not bad-mouthing these social media sites. I'm telling it like it is. Because the righteous are bold as a lion. And there are a lot of things on many of them that just simply, it doesn't make sense. And so we don't fool with it. And we don't allow. So I just wanted to give you all that example, because that's narcissism in action. When they try to scare you that something, if let's say you have this whatever going on, and they want to make you think that just because your products are not available on their site, somehow that's going to negatively impact your business. I'm like, no, nah, they can go right to the website and purchase it just fine. We got several of y'all that can attest to that. Because Chris knows just how easy it is to get those digital products off the website. It's real simple. And when Shopify updated their one-page checkout, I was like, okay. So if you're not able to purchase my product off of Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, you can go right to the website, right? No big deal. Because it's easy peasy. 1, 2, 3. Because after all, if you want to book an individual session, you got to do it through the website. We ain't doing no PayPal workaround. No more. Okay? So you'll hear that in the beginning too, because I had to learn a lesson, set that boundary, and so now it's in play that sessions must be booked. Now, mind you, if it is a known narcissist and they book a session, I'm going to refund it. I'm going to cancel it. Okay? I've had to do that because I sensed the panic from the email when I did it, because I caught on to the Jezebel case study and her flying monkey. I caught on to that. You see? And not only that, remember, God told me why he wasn't letting anyone do that yet at that time. So I knew the timing was for anyone to be doing that. But as you can see, BTBW15 gets you 15% off your first 30-minute virtual or by phone individual session. Remember something else too. All right, like I said in the beginning, all individual sessions are for up to any combination of 2 people. Okay, so there you go. There you have it. And I'm just giving y'all some heads up on some things. Thank you, Chris. Super easy and convenient, smooth, few minutes, and it's done. Yeah, the checkout process, checkout experience on the website is not complicated. It is relatively simple. Thank you. Right there, from the horse's mouth. Okay? Digital products. We've always got more stuff coming too, y'all. And so, yeah, the audiobooks, the PDF copies of our books, you can get right from the website. Yeah, the audiobooks you can only get from the website. Yeah, God had us do that because he's like, yeah, just keep those on the website only. And so if you need extra storage space for a digital product, remember external hard drive. Oh, they're a dime a dozen. They're really relatively inexpensive these days. Yeah, the software system, I know it is a very good software system. And kudos to the company who set it up. That would be Shopify. Yeah. They have been awesome. We've been with them from the start. Anytime I need help with something, they're right there. I mean, it's excellent. And they'll walk you right through everything. And oh yeah, absolutely. They know what they're doing. That's right. So I know we've gone past an hour a little bit, but that's okay because sometimes we just do. It is Let's Just Chat, and it is a beautiful Wednesday afternoon, and we've already covered some of the mind games for narcissist play, even on the social media, and they try to make you feel intimidated or feel left out or feel as though your business isn't going anywhere because you don't sell your products on their platform. Like, who do you think you are? See, that's the thing. That system of narcissism out there with all of this. It's like they think that their platform is bigger than it. What? Yeah, they think it's bigger than it really is. I remember in the beginning, y'all, I'm pretty sure that some of the CEOs know that they are a narcissist. Of course. Sure, they know they are. And they don't care. No, of course not. Narcissists don't care. Because the system of narcissism, all it cares about is money. Money, money, money. That world has the love of money. That's the root of all evil. Remember that. So, oh yeah, God's pretty serious about that. And now, are all of them narcs? No. But I will tell you that if they're doing that, it's just head games. Just head games. Sent me an email trying to see if they could, I don't know, trigger something or whatever by telling me that. Because I got the email about, 30 days left. I'm like, okay. We busy working on other stuff. 30 days goes by. And then customers won't be able to buy your products on this platform anymore. They weren't buying them on that platform in the first place. Okay. It's algorithm run anyway, y'all. All of this AI algorithm run anyhow. So it really is up to how we hashtag it. It's really up to us as to, And I know that there's a big push for real, but the thing is that you never know when someone's going to come across our content. You just never know. I had one actually come across one of my posts on Pinterest recently. Oh, cool. Yeah, Pinterest was one of the first platforms that we got on when we launched the website. Yeah, it sure was. It was one of the first ones we ran some ad campaigns with and learned real quick about the click. Yep. And so we had to shut that off. And so, we just continue to get back into the swing of things. I know I have not done a Pinterest pin this week yet. We're getting to that. I appreciate y'all patience. We have a YouTube promo campaign that we're doing, working on. We've been working on that for a while. Just we got to get back into it. You never know. Things run in cycles. And so I know that, listen, y'all, when anything or anyone engages in the game of narcissism, okay, by trying to get you to feel intimidated, left out, trying to make you feel less than, trying to make you think that your business or you are not going to go anywhere because you're not doing this on this platform or you're not doing that on that platform, but yet I'm across multiple platforms doing a heck of a lot. So we're putting out at least weekly content, except I know I missed the Spiritual Warriors for Christ Facebook group page last week. It happens every once in a while. So, that's ongoing. So we're building that. We're continuing to build this channel. I mean, there's well over 1 point at this time. Yeah, there's a ton of content on this channel. So if you are interested in learning more about the red flags, head games, trauma healing, how-tos for healing, and all of that, check out the playlist on this YouTube channel, okay? Check out the playlist that we have for you. Also, if you're new or you need a refresher, I highly encourage y'all to check out the promotional playlist, okay? The 5th P, promote. Because that is where you will learn about a lot of the things that we offer you for the trauma healing and spiritual growth while combating radio frequency for healthier living. And then the courses at the Academy. You can choose the one-time payment or 5 monthly installments, whatever works best for you for all the courses. And those courses are highly beneficial. I bring to you God's wisdom, basic scientific facts. See that master's in forensic toxicology back there, that bigger one? And then the smaller one is a bachelor's in criminal justice. Okay, y'all? So seriously, I bring y'all basic scientific facts, tried and true technique, and more. So we're going to leave it at that. Just to, that's just a talking point. And I know that listen, I want to let y'all know that if anyone is going to drop off or stop following, subscribing, whatever, because we're promoting, they were not serious about truly supporting us anyway. Now, I understand Wi-Fi goes wonky, but I'm talking about, you'll know the difference. Okay, you'll know the difference between a wonky Wi-Fi, which ours is a little wonky sometimes too, and you can see it when it comes and goes. But if you are starting out, whatever, let's say you are running a small business or what have you, and you got to promote, and you start promoting, you start plugging in, you start telling people what you got for them, right? And because they have the demon of complaining because they don't like ads, they don't like all those advertisements. We've heard a lot of narcissists complain. We had to stop complaining about them too, because now we're on the other side of the fence having to advertise and promote. So we understand now, oh, you got to do that. And there is somebody on Facebook who said that who's going to promote it better than you, right? Well, the world might think others could promote us better, but you know your brand, right? We know our brand better than anyone. God knows it, right? We know our brand better than anyone. So there you go. We're not jumping on the narcissism side of marketing either. So for those of you who have gotten your May newsletter, you will see that we have 3 different things that we are highlighting each month. And inside that newsletter, you will also see the link to the 15% off your first 30-minute individual, virtual, or by phone consulting coaching session. You'll see that in the newsletter. And then it's the 3rd highlighted product included. That's how we market, you all. I'm not going to send you, I'm going to tell you, there's companies out here that when I had to unsubscribe to many of them because they do the narcissism side of marketing, very, very pushy. And then also trying to make me think that it's a special sale just for me. I'm like, no, it's not. It's for anybody who qualifies. It's for everybody. So we had to get out of that, and we realized we're not going to email market like that. So you're going to get, when you sign up for the monthly newsletter, which is free, you will get a one-pager now, and with the information, with the talking point, but there's a blog that branches out from that. And you'll see the link in there to read more on that, topic. And then you'll also see at least the 3 highlighted services and products for the month. And then you might see a couple of the same one, for a little while we're running the campaign and getting it rolling out and stuff like that. That's how we do it. At the beginning of every month. Now, if there are other updates and such, the occasional email will go out. Okay? Occasionally. So we don't bombard your email with a bunch of junk. No. Because, we have a 5th P promote playlist right here on the YouTube channel that you can visit and learn more about what Consulting for Heightened Awareness offers and things like that. And so, again, at the Academy, you have the option for a one-time payment or 5 monthly installments, but you got to click on that arrow that's on the landing page. And I found out that on the phone, when you go to the Academy, that link is listed below, by the way, CHA Academy. That's going to take you to How to Trauma Bond This Foreign. There's a hamburger menu at the top right. When you click on it, then you'll find all courses. Okay, click on that. Everything that we've got going on there at the Academy, you will find it. Okay, you will find it there. Yes, you're welcome. We had to go ahead. We talked a little bit about the mind games because that's a lot of what we're dealing with, even with these social media platforms. They do the same thing, playing mind games, trying to make you think that you're not, yeah, we're doing just fine. Because we trust God. We trust God always. Okay, 100%. That's what it's all about here. And let the Holy Spirit lead. Leading the way is the Holy Spirit. And so we're going to tell it like it is. We don't sugarcoat it. Chosen one learned that sugarcoating stuff, that's for those toddlers in an adult body. Okay, because they get easily offended. Chosen one, we outgrow that. Well, like, really? We don't get easily offended because to each his own, man. Whatever floats their boat. We don't pass no judgment because that's not our job. Righteous judgment, yes, like where's that heart at? That's what we look at. But we pick up on the superficial saccharine sweetness of things. All right, everybody. So keep on keeping on. I highly encourage you all, if you have not done so already, to please check the stuff out down below. All right. Don't hesitate to reach out with any questions you may have, even if you leave them in the comments on the replay. And we will get to them as soon as possible. All right. So there you go. All right. Mind games of narcissists. And there are many, because we are living in a highly narcissistic society. And so they're going to engage in all of the same narcissistic behaviors that we've been exposed to our entire lives. So, of course, these social media platforms are going to do the same thing. Try to butter you up a little bit here. And then, oh, well, if you're not going to sell your products on our website, then they're going to devalue there. Pay attention. And don't let it affect you, okay? Keep on keeping on. Because, again, the system of narcissism doesn't care what you do as long as it's putting something in its pocket. And in the world of technology, whenever somebody does make a purchase from the website, enrolls in a course, becomes a member on our Patreon channel, okay, yeah, it circulates, all right? And then all proceeds go right back into the community so I can continue to bring you all courses, beneficial courses with God's wisdom, basic scientific facts, tried and true technique, and more. That's right, for leveling up your trauma healing and spiritual growth. So that's it for today. Again, any questions, I will get back to you as soon as possible. All right. And yes, as always, you're welcome, fellow warriors. Welcome to this growing community of spiritual warriors for Christ at Consulting for Heightened Awareness, where trauma healing and spiritual growth are front and center while combating radio frequency for healthier living. Sending love and light to all fellow warriors. Thank you for watching, listening, and for your support. Till next time, let's show that gratitude to the Heavenly Father. And you keep being you. In Jesus' name, amen.